All right, then. Topic 2, your favorite game,
So
Portal.
it was really hard. I mean, I'm gonna say like Portal is a favorite game of mine.
And
It's
that's fair. Like that's what a
yeah,
lot of this like the one I recorded yesterday with Quentin, he came into the episode with like, these are my 3 favorite games. I was like, you get one.
pick
You get
one.
one. We can touch on all the others in your gaming history section.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna focus on one for a topic.
Yeah, like you can tell from my gaming history that Assassin's Creed is one of my favorites. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a few in there that are pretty prevalent that are some of my favorites. I think that Portal was one of my favorites because of how freaking funny it was. It was so funny. It was so innovative, and I just like who doesn't like Gladys?
Yeah.
Like, and it was just this great game, and I'm pretty sure it was on my Shiny Things list. And if it wasn't, it was just a game that G convinced me that it's only going to take like 2 or 3 hours. It's really short. It's really funny. Like you have to play it, and it was great. And then of course led me to play Portal 2, and then that had the co-op, and so G and I played co-op, and God, it's just a good game. Like it's so simple and yet really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's got puzzles.
Yeah, it does a really good job of kind of introducing you to the mechanics in a simple, straightforward way, and then saying, okay, like here's the next version of that. You got to figure it out on your own.
You have all the tools that you need. You have directions. You have signs that tell you what to do. So you do it, and then it's got this really awesome story behind it.
And you've got a robot taunting you about it all.
Yeah, making fun of you and calling you fat and, telling you you're an idiot. It's a great game. Like, I don't understand how you cannot like Portal. And yeah. I mean, people don't know about it though because it was on the orange box and nobody really it looked stupid. Like
yeah, like it's one that I certainly heard about and ended up playing on PC because I didn't have the orange box. It was not like one of the and I had heard of like Half-Life as well, and it was I got into all of them at the same time. Kind of like, oh, I keep hearing about these great games. I want to jump in. And I think it was like Portal 2 was about to come out, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go and see what this first Portal was like before I buy Portal 2 on like the PS3. And yeah, I was like, because I'd already heard like the cake is a lie, and I'd heard Still Alive like many times by the time that game by the time I played it. Like I already knew a lot of like the memeified aspects of the game, and like GLaDOS as a character was already like topping character charts and stuff. So but it was the puzzles themselves were certainly what jumped out at me as like, oh, this is like really great game design, really great level design.
I think like G was playing it, and one of the parts that got me interested in playing it is he had put a portal on the roof and a portal on the ground, and then jumped into the one on the ground and just continued to go and go and go and go and go and go, and it really funny. And so I was like, this is something that I could get behind this. It's not bad.
It's one of those things you do.
Yeah, the cake that's in the end too, the lie cake. I made for his birthday 3 years ago. I think I made him a cake that's really similar. So I did a chocolate cake with like a textured chocolate sprinkles all over it, and then I put the cherries with the little white frosting and everything. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
So there's actually a recipe for the cake, like in the game. I did not know that, so I was gonna do that, and then I was like, no, it's gonna take too much time. I'll just make it out of the box.
Yeah, I think it's there in the end credits, like as a cutaway gag kind of thing.
Good song too. And then Portal 2, like what's the guy's name that they got to play, the Aperture guy?
Are you talking you're talking J.K. Simmons?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I love him. And his voice is so funny, and Wheatley was fantastic. Like, honestly, I can't pick between Portal and Portal 2. You kind of just have to like mush them together because they're so short. It's basically one game. Like it's but no, it's really, really good. And whoever wrote that story is great. Like who picked the voice acting and who did the script, they're genius.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite moments or favorite like puzzles or puzzle mechanics from the Portal games?
It's been so long, but probably the ones that like shoot you places. Okay. Like you get the portal and you have to jump into one of the portals to shoot you out of the other portal across something or whatever. Those are probably the greatest.
When you jump on one of the platforms that just sends you flying through the air.
Well, yeah, either that or you place a portal on a slanted area.
Okay.
And you jump from a really high area into like the blue portal, and you get shot out of the orange portal across like laser beams or whatever. I thought that was really fun because if you miss, you get screwed. And then just launching yourself out of something is always really fun. And it's great to watch people for the first time do it and who have no idea about this game. Like Amanda came over and she was playing it for a while, and she would get so turned upside down because when you jump through one portal, it would like flip you another way or whatever. And so watching people get dizzy and recorrect themselves is pretty fun. I think the ones like if you come to the turrets and you can put a portal under the turret to destroy it and like suck it through the portal to somewhere else, that was pretty awesome too.
Yeah, I liked. I would always enjoy doing that, and basically like, okay, I'm gonna put a portal over here, and then like put one under the turret, and when I do that, the turret like pops out and then starts shooting other turrets.
Yeah. How can you take out all the other turrets with one?
Yeah. And then like, I mean, yeah, it's a game that just has great little bits of humor. Like you pick up a turret and it starts like squawking at you to like help, put me down, or whatever, like saying those kinds of things. Yeah, just like the humor in that game is so on point and so like in my wheelhouse of like, this is my humor. Like I would just sit there and especially in Portal 2 with Wheatley, I would just sit there and like not do anything and let him ramble and go through like his entire dialogue
just to hear it and all
just to hear everything he's gonna say, because like they recognize that people are gonna do that, and so they give him like just endless bits to
like 5
to
minutes
kind of
of
play
just
with.
lines.
Like there's a moment in there where he's like, please like jump down into this pit, you know, you're not gonna die, I promise you're not gonna die, and if you jump you die and you'll get a trophy or an achievement or whatever.
And then he's like, oh sorry, I lied to you.
But if you just let him go and talk instead of like solving the puzzle and going to where you're supposed to go portal wise, like he'll just talk about, he will just ramble for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's just like fun to hear all of the weird stuff that they throw into that game. Even in the last little bit where they throw in like other cores, like the adventure core and the space core and stuff. If you just like listen to what they're saying and ignore the final fights and everything and just kind of let like their audio loops run, it's like the humor in there is just always on point. It's just a ton of fun. Cave Johnson was the same kind of stuff. J.K. Simmons, going back to what you're talking about.
I loved J.K. Simmons. And he just narrates all this stuff.
Yeah.
And, it's too funny.
Just let him rant about lemon. I mean, it obviously became a meme, but like the lemonades and turning lemonades into grenades and stuff. It's like a ton of fun. There's just so much wit in that game that I'm glad they did a Portal 2, and it just makes me sad because I'm like, now I just want a Portal 3, and I don't know if they're ever going to make it.
Probably not. And the thing is, they're such short games that, I mean, you can screw it up, but I highly doubt that they would screw it up enough with that short of a game, you know? But I would kill for a Portal 3 on PS4 or a VR Portal. Holy crap, would that be awesome?
Yeah, they have on Oculus, I think they have like a VR Portal kind of like experience where you like it takes place in the Valve world of Portal and Half-Life, and you like I've seen video of it. Basically, like you can open up a drawer and it'll be like the little stick figure men that they use in like showing off like, this is how this puzzle works or whatever. It's those guys, and you can like pick them up and like move them around, and like you are controlling their world, and they are like as if they are like real figures and stuff. One of the great things that I got to experience, because I love like the puzzle mechanics of it, was playing it on PC. They released like make your own Portal levels and stuff, and there are some really creative people out there that made their own levels that you could go and kind of play through. What you miss there though is that they don't have the same story elements. Some of them, like some of the really in-depth ones, have a pretty good story, and they've added in like recordings and stuff to kind of build on that, but it just doesn't. It's great for the puzzling, less so for the if you love Portal 4, the story and the humor it doesn't always nail that, but there are definitely a lot of great puzzles out there in terms of the expansions and the modding community.
Little Big Planet did the same thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they were fantastic with their community levels. God, the ones that when the bombs all fell from the ceiling and you just had to go away from the bombs, like those were some of the most fun, levels that I ever played in Little Big Planet in general. So like adding a community element to games like Portal or Little Big Planet is really awesome. Not necessary at all, but just something a little extra on the side.
Yeah, and it adds like a gameplay. It adds replayability to those games and new content to those games without really taxing like the developers themselves.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, if there are people who are like diehard enough fans to make their own Portal levels, cool, and you can go in and like rate them and say like this was a good puzzle.
And then you can find future developers for your company.
Yeah.
Like if somebody made something so good and you love it and it's out of your mechanics, like, hey, dude, you want a job on the next one that we make? Because you're pretty innovative and you had some cool ideas. Like incorporate that into the next one for us or whatever. We loved Portal so much that I have a pair of Portal earrings, 2 pairs. I have like studs and I have like danglies or whatever, Portal earrings. I have the gun. The Portal gun that changes colors and stuff and actually goes pew 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 when you like pull the trigger. Stupid purchase, but like why not? And people that come over that have played Portal look up and they're like, oh my god, is that the Portal gun? And we're like, yeah, of course it is. And then I think I got a pair of the bouncy socks that look like Chell's her socks. So
I remember, like I want to say like Think Geek or somebody sold those.
Oh, and then one of my favorite things that I've ever gotten for my birthday or Christmas one year, G got me a cookie jar that is the companion cube.
Nice.
So yeah, and he also bought cookie cutters that I still haven't used. That are the little stick figure guys, and you can make a companion cube. It has a bunch of different like puzzle pieces basically, and if you cut out all the pieces, and then you can frost them all together. To make sugar cookies, so I still need to make those. But the cookie jar is one of my favorite things, and it's in my kitchen right now. Everyone looks at it that doesn't know Portal, and they're like, "Oh, that's cute! It's got like a little heart on it. It's a little box." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And then people that do know what it is, of course, all my nerd friends, like I love like Think Geek stuff because pretty sure it's all from Think Geek, and God, they've got some good stuff that when fellow nerds come over and they see it, they love it, and it's great conversation pieces.
Yeah, I got a water bottle that was basically just an Aperture Science water bottle. So it was a very simple thing.
I've been wanting the coffee mug.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I have somewhere around, I have like bookends that are like one of them it's one of those little stick figure guys.
The back half of the
walking
stick figure.
And walking into a blue portal, and the other half walking out of the orange.
Yeah, we've seen those, and I've been wanting to get those. I have Little Big Planet bookends they're kind of more cardboardy than they are really stable. And one of them's a little bit broken, but the Portal ones are really cool. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it.
There's a car that I see like I've seen them like multiple times on the road, so I know they live somewhere around me because I will see them just in my neighborhood. And it's a cube. It's one of those cube cars. I don't remember.
Yeah. God, they're ugly.
Who manufactures it or whatever? But they've embraced the cubeness of it and like turned it into a companion cube.
You have to get a picture of it next time you see it, because that I would buy that car for that. I would never buy that car under any circumstance except to make it look like that, because I think they're horrendously ugly.
Like it's like they don't like hit the color scheme or anything, but it's like you look at it, and if you know Portal, you know that's what they're going for with it. And that's how they've they'll throw like a companion cube or companion like above the cube brand or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so like I see them every now and then. I'm like, nice.
Yeah. I had an idea for our wedding cake that I wanted to do, and I wanted to like take the cake and then cut it in half and flip the bottom half over and put it on like a blue circle, like with frosting or something like that, and then have the top coming out of the orange side and put it on separate ends of the table. Because no one, again, would get that except for like you and Joey and whoever other nerds that are our friends that come to the wedding or whatever. But I'm not getting it professionally made. My mom's making it, so we're not going to do that. But I thought it would be a really fun idea. And then last year we moved into.
So instead of doing it like top and bottom, just split it like diagonally or down the middle or something, and do it like with the portals standing up.
Right. That's a smart idea. I'm gonna try that. G wanted to, for Christmas last year, we moved into our first house, and so we can put holes in things if we want. And he wanted to get a real Christmas tree, and we've always had fake ones, and he wanted to cut it in half and put one half on this side of the house coming out of the roof, and then the bottom going into the floor on the other side. And I was like, you go ahead and you try that. And then he ended up not doing it.
I've seen really images of people who have done that.
Like, yeah, so of course he saw that and wanted to do it. But we couldn't find the ring lighting, the orange. We couldn't find orange. Was it the rope light or whatever?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was blue and red, and then it was just looking to be a little too expensive, and we ended up not going for it. But it was a good idea.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, Portal's absolutely a great game. Easily one of the like the best puzzle games kind of ever created, and
yeah.
And they did it. They did something that like we hadn't seen before, which was like a first person shooter puzzle game, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and it was kind of shooting, like, I mean, yeah, you're playing with a gun, but it wasn't like a Call of Duty shooter, Battlefield shooter. It was a little bit different. So, and I think it was, obviously it's one of my top 10 games of all time. I think that it was one of the PlayStation 3's top 5, like just because of how innovative it was.
Yeah. Tell me, because I didn't have a person to play with. So what's the co-op like in those games?
It's really fun. It's super, super fun. You each have like 2 different colors or something. I think one is like purple and one's like blue or whatever. I don't know. But you have to work together, and it's not just getting yourself from point A to B. It's okay, well, I have to go over here and I have to do this, and then you have to do that, and then let me put this portal here to get you there with my portal and whatever. It's a really, really good co-op game.
Did you guys kill each other a lot?
Oh, probably. It's been a while. We haven't played it in a long time, but it's really, really good.
There's a game that I was just reminded about, and I actually have like the business card right here. It's a game called Death Squared. Which obviously it's like flipped here, but I've seen it at PAXs and stuff, and it's basically like Overcooked meets Portal, effectively. In like that's the way I'm describing it right now. Is like it's Overcooked in that like you guys are you can control. It's a couch co-op puzzle game where you control a couple of little cubes, and like you move them around, and there's like no instructions. So it'll be like you'll be a blue cube, and like G would be an orange cube, and there might be like a blue button on the map. And if you as the blue cube move over to that blue button and touch it, like orange spikes will come out and like might kill G or something like that. Or and there's lasers and stuff. So it's just like trial and error and like figuring out, okay, how do I solve this puzzle? Because you basically need to each position your cube onto like I want to say like in a little circle spot, kind of like solve the puzzle. But it's getting there, and it's like as you move, something on the map might move in relationship directly to your movements. So like there might be a laser that is coming, and if you're attached, like the laser's up here, and if you move, like the laser moves with you. So if G is right here, it will like zap him when he dies, so he would have to be like on the other side of you. And like I've seen people play it, and it's just like it gives you that same like you can easily like get really frustrated at it, but when you achieve it and accomplish it, it's a really fun game. I don't know when it's coming out, but I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it at like every PAX last year. I'm sure I'll see it in a week at PAX South as well.
Oh yeah.
Or for people who are watching this, I'm sure I will have seen it at PAX South. This is going live afterwards. But yeah, that's definitely one I think you should keep on your radar for when that comes out. If you are a fan of Portal and Overcooked as you are. So yeah, I was just thinking about as our conversation was going, that was like, I know that like the co-op portion of Portal, you guys can just kind of crush each other or something like accidentally or intentionally.
I mean, the same thing happens with Little Big Planet. Like the best part of Little Big Planet playing co-op is smacking somebody else. Like that's the greatest. So hurting each other and tossing each other down places, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's one of those like Portal 2, I wanted to play the co-op because again, I love like the puzzles of those games, but I just didn't have a player 2 to play with. So sad.
There's such short games though that as soon as you've got somebody over there, you got to get them on it. Like
and that's part of the problem there now is that like it's on my PS3, which I'm not gonna necessarily like hook back up.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where I sit with.
Yeah.
With that.
Damn backwards compatibility.
Yeah. I might, yes, I mean, I might get it on like Xbox 360 and just play it on my Xbox
There you
One.
go. Wherever you play it, as long as you play it, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Great. I mean, it's a great rundown of Portal. It's a great worthy addition to the list. So I'm guessing Portal above Portal 2 for you because of, as you touched on,
because it was the first
favorite
one.
games. It's the first one you played.
Yeah. Honestly, Portal 2 is probably the better one, just because it's a little bit longer. It's got a little bit better story. It's got some really good voice acting and scripting, but
turns
Portal...
GLaDOS into a potato. Spoilers.
Oh God, so funny.
Potatoes.
Damn it. Yes. But yeah, the first one, just because.
Yeah.
The first one. So
excellent.